Oh, I am so glad you're here. I've been working on stuff from the Dollar Tree on my laser, and I am so excited to show you them. I think they're going to make some really great like gifts or even something that you can sell and make a hefty profit on. The Dollar Tree has come a long way in the stuff that they sell. I remember back in the day, and it was mostly just like plastic junk and ceramic figurines. Oh, and those masks hang on your walls, they watch you sleep. Yeah, let's get into brainstorming. I just made myself a new brainstorming board, so let's see what I can come up with. First up, we got these galvanized metal flowers. It was a 3-pack. I'm going to use one of them to make something for my dishwasher I've been meaning to do for some time now. First, we're going to spray paint it. You'll want a spray paint that says bonds to metals. And what we're going to do is etch away the paint and expose the metal underneath. It has a bit of a film on it, so I just used one of my buffing rags and some rubbing alcohol to polish it all up. And as you can see, none of the paint came off of there. Using some of my Gorilla Glue, it's like 𝗚𝗃𝗲𝗺. I'm going to put a magnet that, of course, the Dollar Tree sells also on there. And now my son will know when he needs to put the dishes away. I kind of styled it after a 50s diner look, which you'll see in a few other designs coming up. That's kind of how my kitchen is. Isn't that right, Roxy? Cats are also one of my favorite things in the whole wide world, obviously. So I was inspired by them when I got this bamboo spoon. And I'll actually be etching out both sides of it. And even though it's not a perfectly flat surface, I just try to focus my laser head to about halfway between the lowest and the tallest point. It just felt right making a spoon that looks like a cat's paw because one of my cats is always sticking her paw in everything, especially my drinks. So now I have something I can stick in their face or, make dinner. Boop. This arrow is the one I am the most excited about. Definitely doing that retro diner I had mentioned before as a sign. I love all those metal signs and stuff you can find, and now we're going to make one ourselves. Ooh la la. First, I'm going to tape the string behind it so it's not in the way and paint it my retro teal color that I love so much. I'm going to mask this off and then using really low power, just cut out the tape parts and make a bit of a stencil and paint that nice bright red while other elements are being cut out. Instead of acrylics and other shiny things, you can use wood and paint it or just paint straight on the arrow. When you have a bunch of tiny little dots like this, I like to use a masking tape to get them all out at once instead of having them slip through my honeycomb. Once the paint's dry, we can reveal our nice perfect lines and get that Gorilla Glue back out to add our elements. I debated whether or not to make all these little shiny bits gold. What would you have done? I like a teal and gold, but teal and silver looks kind of fun too. Once everything is dry, we are ready to hang it up. Here we are again in my retro kitchen. It's a work in progress. Okay, next we got these cute little plant stakes. And instead of it saying like basil or oregano, I'm going to do like little information cards. I wanted them to blend in a little bit, so I'm painting them green. So adorable. And be sure on a softer wood like this, you're doing pretty low power. Since these are going to be going into a pretty damp environment, I'm going to seal the bottom part of the stake with that 2-part epoxy. Once it's all ready to go, we can stick it in our plants. What do you think, Supervisor? This next one is fun as a gift for parents or kids alike. If you have tiny people in your life, then you know their teeth fall out all the time. So let's make a little tooth fairy jar. First, we're going to sand the top so this paint adheres really good. It's just one of those Sharpie paint pens. Once it's dry, we're going to etch out a tooth. So we expose the metal below. Oh, very nice. I'm going to use some tape to stabilize the bottle, and our design is super small, so it doesn't matter that it's on a rounded surface. We'll trade for money. And yeah, it's all done now. Cute little bottle. I just need to go find some teeth and fill this up. The next craft is this little chalkboard. What we're going to do with that is a to-do board. Of course we are. We're going to do a to-do. Of course, we're going to give this a little more personality and paint it, so we just need to mask off the chalkboard part and give it a few coats of paint. Once we move it into the laser, since it's not going to lay flat, I'm going to prop up the one side so it is. There will be some residue left over, so we're just going to rub that off with some rubbing alcohol and a cloth. It's great finding these chalkboards all over a Dollar Tree. You can make so many crafts with them, so definitely keep your eyes open for those. Even though these cutting boards are kind of small, they 100% make amazing gifts and a great profit. I know from experience, especially when you find a funny little image like this. I'm a big fan of Parks and Recreation. I don't know if you are. Do know when you're engraving on bamboo, it will have a variation of colors, but I have never once had a complaint, especially when I eat lunch meat around my cats. Hey, get out of here, you. When I got this, I didn't even know what I was going to make yet until I started designing it, and it was coffee time, so it's going to be a little coffee can. I was surprised, though, when I tried to put it underneath my laser head and it didn't fit, but we don't give up. We just change our plan. So we got this really thin piece of wood. If you don't have something like this, you could use cardstock or anything else you have laying around that you laser with otherwise. And now we're just going to glue these on instead of etching them on the glass can itself. I used Gorilla Glue to stick that to both sides, and even though this design didn't go the way I originally planned, I think it turned out pretty cute. And that's one amazing thing about lasers is they're very adaptable, and you're only limited by your own imagination, and maybe limited on how much coffee's in your system. Oh, hey, did you see the other video I just recently did? I was using other stuff that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'll put that over here if you haven't seen it yet. It's actually using a material that I cut all the way out with my laser, so I think that might inspire you to do some more crafts with me. Love to hang out with you some more, so I'll see you over in that video.